What's up, guys? Big day. FOMC, all right? We are about to go crazy. We're going to make so many points. I made it a free stream so everyone can join, including members. Should be good. Need a full port play? We'll make it happen. This morning, I went absolutely crazy. I was surgical with my analysis, all right? I had this one-on-one and just played out exactly how I said it would. It was great. So very happy with that. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good morning. Am I rich? I mean, I did all right this morning. I did like 2,500. I caught this play to the equal highs. I was very bullish after we got the equal low swept. Look that. I think I posted the executions earlier, but I'll post them again here. Why not? I also tried to take this play stupidly, like the invalid long. And that got break even, so it was fine. I just logged when we got the order block here and just took it up to the high, break even. Yeah. MXZ, I did a whole draw on liquidity class. If you go to PM announcements, you watch this video. Literally like all of your questions. I know everyone has a lot of questions. But yeah. I'll actually share it to you with the timestamp included. Yeah. Yeah, I took it unfunded, Tony. This long. This I thought was A plus. Did I take shorts at open? No, we had conflicting draw. We had equal highs above. I would have never taken that. I would have waited for one side to get swept out and then target the other. How was it A plus? Because A plus draw on liquidity. So nothing else matters. I don't even care about the momentum. I don't even care about the fact that it was outside the macro. All I care about is, okay, order flow is bullish. A plus draw on liquidity. You know, at the end of the day, liquidity is the foundation for everything else. So if you have a setup that aligns with liquidity, you're sitting pretty. And dog, don't give two shits about the new day opening gap. Everyone all week has been, oh, what about last Friday's new day? No, bro, we do not care about that. I've never seen anybody care about a previous week new day. But there was no sweeper delivery for that long. Yeah, there was. We had the 1 hour delivery down here, which was, by the way, little secret for y'all. This is your sauce for the day. If you look at a 1 hour, okay, or any fair value gap for that matter, and it's a gap in series, meaning there's multiple fair value gaps in the same price leg. What that means is if you go to a different time frame, there's probably a singular gap. So if we go to the 2 hour, right, there's not one there. If we go to the 4 hour, there's not one there. But if you'll notice, we're delivering from this 4 hour down here on this whole up leg. But if you go to the 90-minute, okay, the 90-minute gives us a nice singular gap that we're delivering off of. So whenever you see gaps in series like this, you can actually just combine them. And you don't have to wait for that lower gap to get hit. Okay? That's our delivery there for the move up. And then we also had that delivery off of for that move up, you know, this 1 minute here, you know, sweeping out that low inside the gap and so on and so forth. So there you go. And then the sweep was obviously the equal low swept. So 5 minute loss. What five? What 5 minute lost? I don't. I mean, this IFG holds here, right? But this wasn't even valid because we ran into this upper gap. Also, we had an SMT at this low too, which was nice. The SMT. But yeah, I want to be bullish to the relative equal highs, I think, this afternoon. we ended up holding that 1 minute gap from over here that I told you was important. We have the SMT there, which is good. And then as long as we inverse the 15 up here and this 5 minute, I think we'll be bullish to those relative equal highs. So kind of what I want. 5 minutes short. Oh, this one? Yeah, this is horrible. This is a terrible short. I would never take this. If Dodgy told y'all this was a good short, that's crazy. Yeah, it's terrible due to the equal highs. Also, we were just bullish. Yeah, this is a terrible play. This is donut worthy. I'm not gonna lie. 1 hour and 4 hour are not bearish. The 1 hour was bullish. We respected this 1 hour gap down here. The 4 hour we inversed. So what you do on a day where the 4 hour or the higher time frame is kind of unclear, because if you look, we're also respecting the daily gap. So on a day where the higher time frame is unclear and we're inversing stuff both ways, just use the lower time frame for guidance. I don't know. This morning felt extremely easy for me. I don't know. I'd like it was so easy to read. I knew exactly what I wanted coming in. I said I need a sweep of either side of liquidity, and then I'll target the opposite. Like it's just so easy. Like Judas swing, reversal, easy long setup to target the A plus trade. April PA is hard. Yeah, all time highs is always more difficult for sure. Whiz up, yeah, just hang out. Gonna do a free stream today for FOMC. Ask questions. That's what it's all about, right? We're just a little community, and then if we get a good trade, obviously I'll let you guys know. If not, we'll just hang out. We have FOMC at 2, and then we have earnings after hours, right? So for earnings, we have like every big tech company today: Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Google, right? So it's gonna be huge after. So I think we really only have like a 30-minute window to find a trade. And then after that, it's going to be like a lot of Q&A from the FOMC press conference. So we probably won't be able to trade until 3. And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to have the news at 4. So probably not smart to trade after that. So we have a 30-minute window here for funded plays. If we don't get a funded play, then I probably won't take anything unless we get something really, really textbook between like 250 and like 320. Kind of my plan. My monthly fee right now is like $50 for PM, and then lifetime is 700. That's kind of what it's been since I started PM. Can I show? I don't know exactly what you're saying. But on a 3 trade loss streak, Peter, what A plus setups did you lose on? Yeah, what up, Equilibrium? But yeah, I'm looking at this 15 minutes to get inversed. I'm looking at the 5. The best draws on liquidity or data highs, equal highs, LRLR, unfilled new week, new day, unfilled higher time frame. And then like maybe sprinkle in like session liquidity data highs or not data highs, relative equal highs in there. Pretty 5 minute short bad? Yes, because we had equal highs. Like F minus. Never want a short with equal highs above after we swept liquidity. Like guys, this is like day one. I if Dodgy actually said in live time like that this 5 minute was a good short, like he might be a donut. No, 5 minute was horrible. You're shorting after we swept liquidity and we reacted off of a 1 hour gap. You're taking a short after the Judas swing played out and we have equal highs above. Like that's donut, guys. Like this is bad. I guess. Yeah, if you didn't see the equal highs, like maybe, but still it's a bad trade. Even if you didn't see the equal highs because you're targeting a protected low. Or at least I think it's a protected low if you put in the 15. Yeah, it's protected low. And dog. I even with the new day, like I wouldn't be wanting to go for the new day until we inverse this 1 hour. I don't know. Yeah, it's just me. Obviously, me and Dodgy trade a little different. We're not going to agree on everything. It might have just been, obviously, like he's not perfect. We're all human. Sometimes these things happen. Do I only trade IFPGs? Not necessarily. I trade, a few CISD setups. I trade a few 2022s every now and again. Like unicorn models pretty good. I'll try that every now and again, but only towards A plus draws and liquidity, and there's not a relevant IFPG setup. Um Otherwise, like if I'm targeting B or C tier liquidity, I'm taking an IFPG. Am I bearish? I'm neutral right now. I'll lean bullish if we get the 5 and 15-minute inverse. Uh, I have 1,000 drawdown left on first eval. Any tips? Lock in. I mean, it's just an eval, so it's not the end of the world. Um, I mean, I would just recommend like if it's your very first eval, like sizing down, $100 risk, 1 to 2, maybe 3 micros per trade, and just like continue to learn the setup and collect data. Right, this data that you're collecting right now, where you have no other biases, you have no other things impacting your trading while you're brand new, while you're still a sponge, is very important to collect. So collect that data, get patterns from it, figure out what you need to improve on, and then go from there. Take your next step, buy your next eval, whatever it is, right? Um, Not necessarily, Tony. It's kind of up to you. Yeah, yeah, for sure, Bruce. Yeah, not even 1% chance interested or change. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. If my bias is bearish, but we have Asia and London highs above us and equal highs, would you take a 15-minute continuation of your higher time frame draw? No, no, never. If we have an A plus draw on liquidity on the chart and it hasn't been mitigated, I'm not taking a setup. Right now, we don't have an A plus draw on liquidity on the chart. I think right here, this is a B tier draw with the relative equal highs. I think it's the best draw on the chart. Um, right now, we're starting to kind of stack up liquidity lower a little bit, but I'm not really interested in it compared to this draw. So I'm kind of hoping we just get a long instead of continuation shorts. I don't know. I guess I'm not really fully married to the shorts here, or I mean to the longs, because like as long as we're holding this 15-minute and 5 minute, we're not technically actually bearish, right? We're just neutral, and then if we start disrespecting bullish PD arrays, then we become bearish in terms of order flow, and then ultimately we'll probably go towards liquidity, like sell side. So, kind of my thoughts. I think order flow wise, with the 5 minute IFPG short, we were actually bullish at that time, or neutral if anything. But this was a really bullish reaction from the 1 hour slash 90-minute bullish gap down here, and we were also delivering from that 4 hour. So I don't know. I guess different interpretation of order flow here. But to me, I'm just focused on like the lower time frame when I'm looking at price this morning, since higher time frame was kind of confusing. So when we had this bullish candle up, right, this 5 minute, and we had price put in like this bullish for value gap, the bullish CISD, the bullish order block, the bullish prop block. Then we put in the bullish inverse on the 1 minute. Like, there's just no part of me that thinks that this is bearish order flow here. And this now becomes my condition, right? If we break this, then I become bearish. If we break this order block here, then I become bearish. Not if we break the 5 minute, because remember we talked about significant gaps yesterday. Is this gap right here, does it have any significance? No, right? So if we break it, there's nothing telling me that this is actually going to cause order flow to become bearish. The only PD arrays here with significance are the order block and the IFEG, because they're what cause price to move higher, right? So this is the condition that we need to see break. Dude, I honestly want to take the highlights from the video that I made this morning for my one-on-one and just like literally just put
Dude,
it
why are there
together as
so
like a
many people
highlight
in
reel.
here?
Why is there this many? I made it a free. I made it open for everyone.
Why is so many people gambling, bro?
We're gonna trade for 30 minutes unfunded. Not even 30, like 20 minutes. And then
I'm in a.
wait, what
You
was
guys
it?
know I'm in a here.
You're in a long? Okay.
Dude, I took these longs on these FFF accounts I got for free. He gave me like 5 for free.
Yeah.
So I YOLO all 5, but I YOLO them all like at the like 2 seconds like from each other. And every single account, I blew every single account besides one, because the last account had like a low enough entry where it became like $50 from blowing the account, and it never blew it.
Oh, nice.
But every other account got like bottom tick, bro.
Damn.
I was like, bro. So yeah, I'm still on. My entry is 27,210. And to
Yeah.
pass the account, I need 27,249 to hit. So if
Oh
we
yeah.
can chop here for the next 15 minutes, I got a good chance.
Okay.
Maybe he's like a CPI account or something.
Maybe FOMC or something.
Mm-hmm.
Please upload the stream. Yeah, I'm behind. I think I forgot that I like accidentally leaked. It was my Tradeovate credentials on one of the uploads, so I had to go back and re-edit that video and make sure that that was good. So I'm behind from that.
I already have them.
Oh yeah, you got it. For what,
Yeah.
the
So if there's like,
apexes?
if you're in a full port, you might be,
Hmm,
you know where the full port came from, right?
yeah. Well, I gave them to you that one time because you told me you were gonna like fix my accounts and like actually help me LARP and become profitable. What happened to that?
Dude, I don't know. I think I blew them, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think of long in the last premium IFG targeting equal highs for 1-to-1? Are we saying this is premium? I
Risk.
guess, yeah.
Um, yo, risk. If you're scared to lose fundeds, that means you're copy trading too many. What I do is I'd start copy trading like 5 of them instead. Yeah, Andy, I agree. It's so annoying. Like everyone already knows what's gonna happen during FOMC. That's why the last like 10 that's like why the last like 5 FOMCs suck.
I called everyone a donut that took this 5 minute short this morning.
Yeah, that was not a good short. I forgot about the equal highs.
I took the 2 minute long play today.
Nice.
Yeah, I was thinking about like editing the one-on-one I did this morning and turning it into like a video. Obviously, individuals discretion.
Did you like the play I took today, Reliable?
No, because we had equal highs above.
Dude, I know. It's kind of
It
risky,
was just
but
okay. I mean, it was probably gonna
I,
work, but yeah, I just
I
wait for one
I
side
just
and
thought
go
we'd
for the other.
accelerate into open.
Yeah.
I don't, dude. The equal highs were so far away. I felt like at that point, so I was like, yeah.
Sure.
So,
Hey, why is this stream free? Because it's FOMC and I'm being generous.
Free stream, free stream. Let's go.
You're $50 away from blowing the funded. All right. At 159 with 15 seconds left, you're going to enter a full court long.
Bruh.
And you're gonna hope that there's not slippage, and you're also gonna hope that the spread isn't bad and knocks you out of the trade immediately.
Dude, every single time we're going up to these highs, we're rejecting them. Well, because they're all highs inside for rally gaps.
Yeah. I think
Dude,
it's just
15 more.
the fifth. Oh,
No way. No way. Come on. No.
wait, I
It
thought
got
you were
so
good. I thought
close
it
to
was
filling me.
239. Wait, I'm confused.
No. It came a point. It came a point.
Oh, 249.
Yeah.
Well, this is good. We have the 5-minute inverse in a minute now. All right, guys, we're all taking this, right? Oh wait, it's free stream. I can't joke about that. Let me actually give a rating on this. This is like A minus B plus, probably B plus setup, because this draw on liquidity is like B tier, and then this isn't really like the model, like kind of going off vibes. Yeah, I'd give it like B plus, maybe an eval trade or something. A good A plus setup or something like that will form if we get like a better retrace to pre or discount, and then we get like a V shape after a sweep. That would be. And like this. What am I looking at? Like a
You know,
2022 play? Um, too much, Jalen. That's why I've been working on getting the weight down. I'm actually down 30 pounds since January.
take Retta.
Take Retta. I've been taking Adderall.
Yeah.
That's been working.
Adderall, yeah. Adderall does the trick. Dude, no way we just didn't hit my limit, bro. Come on. I'm plus $2,100 right now.
Not difficult at all, Fahrenheit. The reason I took that 5-minute short was because ES edged previous day low. No, you were not valid, Renee, unfortunately. Equal highs are going to be stronger than previous day low. And I think you got your TP.
Yeah, I just hit.
No, they actually diagnosed me in Fahrenheit.
Oh, dude, that's so unlucky. Every single account blew besides this one.
I missed out on 12 grand on my lives the other day because by like one handle on gold because I got slipped. That was fun.
Dude, that's so unlucky. Every single account got bottom tick stop besides this one.
Yeah, Fahrenheit. I think with the rate that people use social media nowadays, anyone can get an Adderall prescription and get diagnosed with ADHD. Because everyone's just like constantly on their phones and constantly on TikTok. They all have like environmentally acquired ADHD. What would be the dream scenario? Just longs to the relative equal highs. Like I'm eyeballing this 5 minutes to take on eval. I'm thinking longs because we have the SMT at the low. We have delivery from the 1 hour here. We've been bullish pretty much majority of the day. This is like the best draw on the chart.
We have relative equal
Longest.
highs.
Yeah. How many micros? I don't know. Let me check. Gonna close like there. Worst case scenario, stop loss here. Best case would be like here, so maybe like 3 or 4 if you're risking 200. Probably 3. I'll be live until 4 o'clock, Jalen. I might even be late or on later than that because we have really big earnings after hours. How often do you guys live trade? I live trade every day except for every other Friday.
Same. I do every day though.
Yeah. Yeah, just not free. When do Apex accounts close? 4:59. You can trade earnings on them. Every other firm besides like I think maybe Alpha is 4:15 or 4:10. Maybe Tradeify actually allows you to go a little later, maybe like 4:20. Astro, think about it like this. If you join and you're able to accelerate your trading journey, you'll be able to make even more money, right? Like just like the learning process or whatever it is. So the investment in this might actually be more worthwhile than just buying another dollar funded and getting a payout. You just got $3 in the bank, well, then I would definitely recommend becoming employed. As scary as that sounds. What was the website I was using to see earnings? Earnings Whisper. I can link that here. And then Financial Juice also probably has it on there too. The earnings calls, I guess. Well, actually, the earnings too. And then we also have Trump greeting the astronauts at 6. I don't know why that's on Financial Juice, but cool. Lucid is 4:45. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, it seems like most firms you can actually trade earnings on. Sell news. It's just a complete gamble. I have no idea. So unfortunately, we probably won't be able to get this 5 minute because we have news in 5 minutes now. But yeah, the chart usually knows before the news. So the chart in terms of liquidity is pretty bullish. Like looks like we want to go rerun that buy side we left behind that London highs. So I'd probably think we want to go up for FOMC, but like I said, it's a complete gamble. You don't really know. Just better to wait for the setup to the data high instead of trying to guess which direction price is going to move first. Do I only trade PM? No, I trade AM and PM, but I only stream PM. Dodgy streams AM. I stream it right here though, in this stage every day. Isn't TP one of that 5 minute protected high? No, because we swept out liquidity. If you're talking about this or this, we already ran up sell side, so we're good. None of these protected highs really matter. If you sweep out sell side, the high is no longer protected. It just becomes more high resistant than protected. So run it. What's my win rate on IFG strat? Great question. I do have an answer for that. As far as PM goes, lifetime, I think we're sitting at almost an 80% win rate. And then I don't know what the exact RR is, but it's a lot. But I'm having somebody go through in Excel and input all that data so that I can have like a finalized total for you guys. PB mech model is good. No mech model is good, honestly. If there's a mech model that's good, it's gonna get PB'd out. Didn't Mata do it? He was working on it, but then I extended it to everyone because he's been having like a bunch of personal stuff, but now he's back to working on it. So I don't know. I have a couple people working on it, and whoever gets it done first will just get the eval, the $250 eval. I got a 70% win rate this month with mech model. Sure. Well, I'm at 77% in PM, so I'll take my extra 7%. Would retracing into an FEG be considered sweeping liquidity for a protected high to not be protected anymore? No. No, we gotta run out the swing low of the swing that forms the protected high. Okay. So for example, with like say this 5 minute protected high, we'd have to run out the swing low. We already did, and then we took out a bunch more sell side liquidity, so that was definitely good enough. Best and most affordable prop. If you want the cheapest, it's Apex. If you want the best and like overall best value, I think Lucid. Simply because Lucid's accounts are only like $80 for a 50K all in. You don't have to pay an activation fee. You don't got to deal with any of that, and they have the easiest payout rules. Apex payout rules are kind of difficult because you have to build buffer on the intraday accounts, and then the end of day accounts. I don't know if you have to build a buffer, but I think you do. Might be wrong though. Double check me on that. If you don't have to build a buffer on Apex, then it's not bad. Apex isn't available in South Africa. Okay, then like I would go Lucid, then Tradeify, then like maybe Top Step, then Alpha, then TPT, then I don't know. Like after that, yeah. The mech model was technically made by Dodgy, and then Blake and PV stole it. But, yeah. Yeah, no. Every single person that trades IFPGs just stole Dodgy's model, like just straight up. And like they can put their own terminology behind it. They can put their own little twist on it, but at the end of the day, it's still the same. It's like you go to the store and everyone is selling their generic cola brand, but Coca-Cola made it first, and everyone just drinks Coca-Cola. Like everyone that's saying Blake's better, whatever. Like y'all just like Pepsi. I get it, right? But like Coke is king. We're the best IPG traders right now. I'm a little biased, so I would put myself, maybe Dodgy. I don't know. Oh, the sponsored FPGs. Okay, so yeah, about the sponsored FPGs, those are just I have the exact same thing. They're just called significant gaps. That's all it is. Sponsored FPGs are just my version of significant gap, which I think a little more sense. Here's the 5 minute inverse. Unfortunately, you're literally longing at news, so uh, yeah, probably don't want to do that. But we'll wait for a setup to now get back to this data high. All right, so that'll be good. What model do I trade? I trade IFPGs. You'll see. We might get a model set up here, right? So we swept out this low inside the gap. If you respect that, and we get like, well, technically the data wick's still forming, so we want to wait for the data wick to get put in, and then if we run the data wick, we can target the opposite side, right? Just classic OSFL setup here. But yeah, I trade the same as Dodgy. Um, the only difference, Rixo, is the timing, and the size of the stream, right? So Dodgy has like, you know, 500 to 700 people in his streams. I only have like 70. So it's a lot more personal. It's a lot easier to get your questions answered. And my streams run from 1:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern, and his run from 9 to 11 Eastern. If you pay for his, do I get yours? No, they're two separate subscriptions, but they both get access to the whole Discord, minus the actual stages. So if you buy PM, you get access to all the indices chats, all the content, everything. If you buy AM, you get access to everything except for the PM stream, right? So same difference. But yeah, my Discord's right here, right? You guys, it's PM stream. So I stream in the Discord every day. Um, but yeah, I'm doing all right this year. I'm at about 50K in payouts. I had a 20K month in March, so just doing my thing, trying to grind and teach you guys how to trade and turn trading into your long term profession, your income source, your retirement, whatever it is. Yeah, you get a 50K account, which gives you $2,000 of drawdown Budali, and that costs you about $80 right now if you use code reliable. I think it's like 30 or 40% off. So how many accounts do I have? I got 20 with Apex, 5 with Lucid, five live accounts with Lucid, and then I have 5 accounts with Tradeify, and then yeah, that's it. But I copy trade between 5 and 10 accounts at a time. It just kind of depends. Um, because in case there's a technical error or whatever, I would rather make less money and be better risk managed than risk all of them and have something happen. I did. I took the 2 minute long today, Ryan. We ran out the low, and yeah, we just take the long. Inactivity rule? There's no inactivity rule for any of the firms I trade. I don't think. Can I show the play? Yeah, it was this long. I really like this one. A plus draw on liquidity. Pretty good risk to reward. And I just targeted the equal highs. I didn't hold for London high. I didn't think it would hit. And yeah, we're cutting dumping now, so this is actually good for the long. We got it. But yeah, I like this. We closed above the 15 there, closed above the 5, so and I obviously want to be bullish here. So that's all good, fine and dandy. Yeah, Tradify growth is really good. Yeah, if you used my code for that or use Dodges or whatever, should have been able to get like 40% off. But yeah, I like the select accounts better because you have the 5 day, you have like basically easier payout rules. With the growth accounts, you have to build a buffer, so it's a lot more difficult to get a payout with them. But yeah. Usually I risk less than 10% of the drawdown Deerin, so $200, like the max. Any benefits trading live funded accounts? Yeah, so with Lucid, it's nice because you actually get a bonus. So whenever you make your drawdown amount in the live account, they actually give you an equal amount to that drawdown. So let's say I have a 50K account with $2,000 drawdown. If I make $2,000 profit, they'll give me a bonus of $2,000. That's nice. But other than that, I mean, it's about the same as trading a normal live account, except you have to pay, 10% of your earnings or whatever. But yeah, daily payouts is nice. Um, I don't know. You have to pay. Well, actually, I don't think with Lucid you have to pay data fees, which is nice. What about advanced versus zero alpha accounts? Probably the zeros. Honestly, I would max out the Lucid, Tradify, and Apex accounts first, though, in that order. I think you take care of Tradify. I mean, you take care of Lucid first, and then you take care of Tradify, and then you go from there. Just whatever makes sense for you. No, I think that's a little crazy, Jan. I think something realistic though that you could work up to is probably 10K a month. Like at the top end, like somebody who's become very successful at prop firm trading could easily do 10K a month. Somebody who's just like kind of figuring it out probably will do like 3 and 5. The better Lucid plan, I like the flexes. I think the flex accounts are really good. The pros are fine, but yeah, the Lucid flex accounts are kind of what I use. Do I post all the trades in the PM channel? Yes, every single funded account trade I post in there. If it's not specified, it's a funded play. If it's specified, it's an eval play or funded play, whatever I put for the trade. And I'm pretty good about that. So if you want to take a look at all the past trade recaps, those are all in there. How many accounts for 10K a month is realistic? Like 5 to 10. You could realistically do it with 5. You just get a 1 max payout a month, which isn't that difficult to do, honestly. Yeah, for sure, James. Yeah, 550s. Not on live account, BB. I was talking about on live account. On the normal accounts like the flexes, it's 5 days of 150. There's a free trial. There's no free trial for PM. No. This is kind of your free trial, so you get your free day here. If you like what I talk about, if you like the way that I explain things and answer questions or talk about price, up to you if you want to make the decision and join. But yeah, this is kind of like the free trial. So if we have bought PM, we will have AM for free or no? Only on the days that I stream, Julio. So that's one of the other perks of PM. If I'm streaming AM covering for Ryan, you guys also get AM for free. So like for example, this Friday, I think I have to cover for Ryan. So obviously you guys will have it for free. Why is multiple 5 figures a month not realistic if you could just copy trade 30 accounts? It is. It could be possible. Somebody asked me 100. 100 is kind of crazy. I don't want to set unrealistic expectations for a lot of people who think that they're going to come in and make $50,000 in a month. It's definitely possible, right? It's just it's very unlikely to hit 100K. Like I've never hit 100K in a month. Like that's wild. The best I've ever done is like 20, 25. Like I don't know. How do we join? If you want to join PM, you just go to wap.com/nqreliable. Go to that link. Then there's also this channel here. But yeah, you can. Yeah, 100K a month is probably Discord and of course selling and prop firm money. It's definitely not just prop firms. So we have this 3-minute gap here, right? Singular, obvious. No 5-minute, that's obvious. So yeah, I'd probably go 3-minute here. If we're gonna get a long, it's gonna be off this. Unfortunately, we don't really have great delivery. We don't really have a great liquidity sweep. So I would rate this setup like a B setup, to be honest. But I like that it aligns with the 15-minute and 5-minute inverse. So as long as we're still holding that 15-minute inverse, right, this is kind of our condition. If we break it to the downside, then it probably is just bad price conditions, and we're not going to get a trade unless we sweep out like the external low. Maybe finally hit the new day opening gap, you know. 20 to 25K is from, well, I have 30 accounts, but I got the 20K payout from just 5 Lucids. So I got 3 payouts in a month. When is tech earnings? After hours, after 4. You request every 2 weeks? Yeah, I just try and request them whenever I can. How long did it take me to get my first payout? 4 months from when I first started losing, or not losing, learning futures. So we close now below the 5-minute. I'm focused on the 15, Bruce, but yeah, based on this momentum, we're gonna go down and we're gonna run out the sell side liquidity. If we were bullish, we would have probably gotten a good reaction to the 3-minute and not like dumped out of it, right? This is kind of more right now. So yeah. I can't short though because we have that data high above, remember? So this is our data wick, right? And then we also have the equal or relative equal highs above. So I'm gonna be looking probably for longs after the low gets swept out here. But yeah, I'm holding Microsoft through earnings today, so that will be very exciting. Um, Speedy, the difference between probably you and I is that when I was first learning, um, IPGs and everything, I was spending 8 hours a day on it for like 4 months straight. So if you feel like you're behind, you're probably not. I didn't have a job. I wasn't going to school. I didn't have anything else going on in my life. It was just the charts. I had a girlfriend that I saw on the weekend. Do I usually wait for max payouts? Not really. I take it when it's available, when it makes sense. No, Tony. So I came out of school. I graduated in 3 years with 2 degrees, and then um I just spent like basically 4 months after I graduated using money that I'd made throughout college through options trading and a couple other income sources. And I lived with my parents, and I was very grateful to have that. And then, after that, I kind of just built um, trading into what I have today. That's about it. Yeah, it's a conflict of interest, Ritzy. So, yeah. But I appreciate the kind words, man. So we got an SMT at this low. If we get the V shape now, like, it's not horrible. But I think I'd want to see both gaps inverse here, which, I mean, the odds that we get the 30-second here working the high are kind of low, and then it's like a big stop loss, so not as good of a setup. Could be. Kind of just hoping we continue to dump. Yeah, I started an Instagram too. Um, Obviously, like you guys don't have to follow it. I made a little video. It's kind of corny. It's kind of stupid. Um, Here I'll play it for y'all. I played it for PM yesterday, but you guys can tell me, you know, how terrible it is, and I promise I'll get better. Yeah, let me fucking find today's today, the 29th. So this was from 6 here. All right. So this is my stupid video. All right, so there you go. If you want to go follow me, it's NQ Reliable. I'm gonna start posting more, so that's about it. Corny, stupid. A little bit about my life. Just kind of like what I do. Obviously, not info based, but I plan on doing more info based posts and that kind of thing. I'll probably do like a trade recap. But it. Um, yeah. Need good momentum here, right? We got the FOMC press conference in 15 minutes, so hopefully, if we're gonna get the inverse, it's this one, right? We're coming off low of day here at the SMT with ES, so probably try this one, and if I get wrecked on it because we're gambling before FOMC and earnings, so be it. I'm not gonna take it with a whole lot of size though. Probably just 1 or 2 micros or something. Exactly, BO1. How did I get the setup grade watermark? This is on the IFG uh IFG Ultimate Plus indicator. Dodgy. All right. So we get the 1 minute, obviously no 30-second inverse. It's kind of up to you. I would probably wait for both time frames, but you don't have to because we do have a data high above. Maybe what you can do is enter like light, on the 1 minute here, and then add to the position if we get the remaining gap, right? And then worst case scenario, this loses. Okay, you only lost like what, 12 points on a micro. You do something like that. But yeah, me personally, like since I'm already pretty greedy today, I'm not gonna like try and force like a setup here. I'm gonna wait until like I kind of have it in place. Um, yeah, yeah. The dodgy indicator settings are just I just have like the standard ones. I don't really do anything crazy. But yeah, if you want to go back and watch this video later, I'll make it public. I did the free stream today. This can kind of go through, but yeah, it's just like the basic stuff, right? There's nothing really too crazy on here. Um, yeah, yeah. I traded every session, so AM and PM, and then I back tested it. I notated. I watched videos. Um, I gamed quite a bit, but through that gaming, I also met other traders who and I talked to them and I learned with them. So, but yeah, who's in this? It looks like we're gonna print. So maybe what we do is if you entered early there on the 1 minute, you scale at this high, and then you go break even, and then you scale at the data high. And if you have an extra contract, maybe you hold a runner to the relative equal highs, because that would actually be nice, right? That would be like 120 points. I can see it. I can see it. El Doggo is short still. All right, for sure, man. My 1 micro is, I guess, doing all right. Looks like we're gonna get the 30-second here, maybe. I normally trade from 1:30 to 4 p.m. in PM. Sometimes we cut off a little early if like it just doesn't make sense to keep trading, but yeah, normally those times. All right, let's see us hit the high here, go break even, right? We got the 30 seconds, so everything good to go. And then yeah, we're coming up to that 5 minutes, so pretty good break even at that high there. And then yeah, I mean, see first TP wherever. What other gap? Oh yeah, we have the 3 minute, right? So we have to break that as well. So next 3 minute candle close will be in another 3 minutes, right? Because I don't think we're gonna. Well, we might actually. All right, so there's the break even from the 1 minute. Then 30-second, I mean, obviously the close is pretty high up, so hopefully you got a better fill than the close up here. My average right now is 210, so I'm hoping we can just stay as far away from 210 as possible, and we can get up to that data high there. And then that data high is at 256, so don't get confused with the data high on MNQ. It's wrong, right? We want to focus on what's on NQ here and not on MNQ. Okay, so I'm going to be scaling when we hit the data high on NQ, and then I'll leave a runner probably till the relative equal highs, and it's probably way too ambitious. Like it's probably not going to hit, but I mean, you never know. Maybe. Obviously, if you are in a position, right, if you're in from the initial 1 minute inverse, this is up like, obviously at this point 50 points almost. So if you wanted to scale, you can. But for me, I have decent conviction in the data high, so I haven't scaled anything yet. Maybe that'll bite me later because FOMC, who knows? But I'm down to gamble. I data highs hit very often, and I'm willing to take the chance that I get break even here with the hopes of making 45 points going for the data high. Anyone trading with Alpha as we speak? No. I lost my accounts with them actually. I lost them last week or 2 weeks ago or something. Just taking a bunch of trades sized up and messed up. So no longer have the alphas, but I had like two of them, one of them or something. Trading with alpha, sure. Yeah, I mean I feel like you have to go break even here because we're running into that 3 minute gap. We're running into that 5. So now we're just hoping that the 3 minute breaks in another minute and a half here. A healthy retracement, right? Always necessary. Hopefully we hold this 30-second gap. We don't inverse it. That would suck because then we'd probably get break even. There is probably going to be an unfilled gap here that we're putting in, right? That we need to retrace to. It's going to be a 2 in 4 seconds. And I don't know, get 3. But yeah, I'm really hoping we don't come back any more than this because if we come back and we just soup this low and I get knocked out break even, that would be unfortunate. There's also a little VI here too that might need to get grabbed before we continue to go up. But I mean, hopefully, like if we do get knocked out, like there's a confirmation setup or something for us so that we can, try and re-enter this trade. Worst case scenario. But if we get the order block now, I think we're in good shape. So hopefully we come up here and put in this 1 minute OB. On Lucid, it takes you 8 days, I think, from eval to payout. But yeah, on funded, it's just 5. Okay, really good candle. Like to see that. Hopefully we can continue this momentum higher. This will be a good strong close in the 3 minute now, and then yeah, hopefully we just pump that data high. Gonna get one with code reliable tomorrow. Sounds good, man. Yeah, use whatever code you want. I don't really care. I mean, if you want to support me, I appreciate it, obviously, but well, hopefully you don't blow it, right? I mean, this long is working out nice. If you took this long, it's probably gonna hit TP. Hopefully, you just need the 3 inverse, maybe a little more momentum. But yeah, I feel good about this because this order block I don't think should break if we're to remain bullish here. I mean, maybe, not like the best order block ever, but I mean, most times this will hold. Right? So yeah, the long here you could have taken on the 1 minute inverse here, like the indicator indicates, or the 30-second. And then I didn't care about lunch lows not being swept because we had an SMT there at low a day with ES. So yeah. I don't know what the odds are, but I'd give it like a B draw on liquidity rating. So I feel like they hit probably 60 to 70% of the time. Why not the 3 minute? Because the 3 minute was invalid. It closed all the way up here. We're waiting to see if the 3 minute here breaks, right? We want to see that close above, but obviously if we're invalidating bullish order blocks, like that's not really a great sign. I mean, it's not a great order block because the close wasn't like super convincing, but yeah, I mean, right now we could just be pulling back to balance this 3 minute and then go higher. Uh, 7 more minutes till the press conference. All right, pretty good IO Fed reaction. If we close over this 3 minute and 30 seconds, I will be very happy. We do it. Can I become profitable if I'm an LTN? I don't know what that means. Am I gonna pull up the FOMC press conference on the stream? Maybe. Yeah, I might. And all I have to do is go to Financial Juice, and it'll be like, yeah, right here, right? Jerome Powell's last FOMC press conference. R.I.P. Joel. Jerome, not Joel. No 3 minute inverse. What do I want to do? I mean, I'm just gonna have to hold this trade out, like it's a data high. Like I can't cut early here, even though I kind of want to. That's just emotions, right? Like it has nothing to do about statistics. Statistics say that this will probably hit the data high, as long as we're continuing to respect bullish fair value gaps. So it doesn't matter how I'm feeling in the moment, right? All I'm seeing is a number on the screen, and I want to take the profit, but it doesn't really matter. What's my fill? My fill right now is 210. But I don't know if I want to keep my stop loss there. I kind of want to just like, but once again, statistics or whatever, right? Like, realistically, like I should have my fill at like 190, 197, right? From the 1 minute. Like I guess that was probably the best entry. So if it comes back to 197, I might get cooked. I don't know about 210 though. Like 210 doesn't really feel that great of a stop break even, just because there's that VI below, and then there's also the 5 minute gap now that we've formed. So if we're coming back down here, it'll probably just be an IO Fed, if anything, before heading back up. But then again, we are respecting these bearish gaps, so I think 197 is a good break if they build from there. Because realistically, that means that if we go back to 197, we're just cutting through a lot of bullish gaps here. I mean, maybe if we're coming back to 197, that's where 50 is. Of course it is. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's probably going to be a break-even trade, just on how this looks. Maybe there's a good confirmation setup or something for us here. There's the 5 minute. So yeah, if we get this 1 minute gap, maybe a decent confirmation setup, even though we're inside of that gap to the left and it's internal versus external. I don't really care because we have an A+ draw on liquidity being that data high. Not the best data high though. Not that obvious. Yeah, I don't know what firm you're on, Medali, but if you're using Apex, it's like you need to make the buffer, right? So that's step one, and then step two is you need to not make more than 30%, or maybe it's 40% profit in a single day. Oh, if you're gonna get Lucid, for Lucid, it's just 5 days of 150, and you can request a payout. You can request half. That's it. You missed the trade. Should you wait to enter? Yeah, wait to enter this confirmation setup. Like 1 minute we just put in. Right now, if we got this, you could trail your stop to this low, right? If we got the inverse, because this inverse should not fail if we're bullish here. That's actually not a bad place to trail your stop if we get the inverse. Yeah, like I said, Jamie, I don't know if that's a good break even. We're pulling back to that 5 minute just to fill it and probably head up. So I don't know. I went a little subjective with the break even here just because of the data high, but I don't know. It was probably smart to just wait, or not wait, but take the break even and then jump back in if we get the 1 minute. Does Lucid pull your drawdown of 5,100 after you request a payout? Yes, they do. They do. Did we grab the Devil's Mark? Oh, or not the Devil's Mark, the VI? Yeah, we did. Okay, so now, yeah, now I feel really good about price going up. There shouldn't be any conflicting draws here. But yeah, if we get the 1 minute inverse, I don't know why we wouldn't go for the data high at that point. 5 days above $150 profit each day. So, like, let's say you made 5 days and each day you made 200. That would qualify you for a $500 payout that you could request. Okay, if you do that over 5 accounts, that's $2,500. And then there's a cap. You can only request at most $2,000 in a single payout. Okay, so if you get to 54,000, then you can request 2,000. Right? But yeah, devil's mark is just a candle with no wick. So flat bottom candle is another term for it. Do I have 5 Lucid live accounts? I do. Yep. Yeah, if you guys go to Lucid's Discord, you can actually see that I'm in there. I'm a live funded trader. Great side. Feels so special. Did I take this on eval? No, I took this one unfunded. I just sized down, but unfortunately, it was a break-even trade. So we got stuck inside this 3 minute gap, and I'm thinking that if we get the 1 minute now, that'll kind of be the long. But now we're at the press conference, so I don't know. We'll see. What's going on, man? The 1 minute? Okay, I'm holding to the data high. I mean, it's not the best data high, but kind of. Yeah, yeah, both of them are. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna keep hoping, man. Oh yeah. No, you're good. Yeah, I see that. That's a good trade. That's what I said. I said you could enter here in the 1 minute like light if you didn't want to wait for the 30 second, and obviously you don't have to because the data high. And then I would scale at this data high, and then I would try and hold if you entered like from another position later on the 30 second, um, and try and hold to that second one, and then break even. Obviously, I'm thinking if we go to the data high above, we're gonna go to the relative equal highs, and that's like my final TP. So I'm thinking like, okay, we have one liquidity pool here. We got the lunch highs from earlier. We got this high. Like, there's a lot of liquidity up here. So that's why, like, while yeah, it's protected, we've also ran in a bunch of sell side now. We have the SMT at low a day. I was kind of hoping like maybe we could get like a bounce off low a day here, but obviously not so much. So hey, good break even. Good break even. Good break even. And now we have another potential confirmation setup here. Can I put the live stream for FOMC? Sure. They haven't said anything yet, but sure. How is it protected? This high was protected because we swept out a high that was inside of a fair value gap. I think. Wait, was it protected? Yeah, like this high. I mean, technically it's not inside of a fair value gap though, but it's like high resistance. The 5 minute we closed above. So I don't know. I guess it's more high resistant than protected technically, but yeah. Same difference. I wasn't Dodgy on live stream with me. I don't know. 'Cause he's got a life. He's touching grass. I don't know.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right, man. So yeah, right now while Powell's speaking, probably a gamble to trade FOMC, but dude, I don't know. I don't want to, right? Like, what's the worst that could happen? I blow the account? Bruh, who cares about an account? Am I trading evals? Yeah, I'm trading evals now. I can't trade a funded while Powell's speaking. I have no idea what he's gonna say. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping he just like pumps us. 10 million rate cuts. Right? Is this gonna be an SMR? I don't think so, no. We technically already got the SMR here, I guess, right? With the CISD up and the soup and its SMT and all that. So no 1 minute. Oh wait, yeah, we closed above barely. 1 minute. But yeah, this isn't really a good IFG setup, right? It's just okay. 30-second looks better, but it's just it's right. Powell speak. Like I said, we had a 30-minute window of time to try and get the setup. We got a setup, right? It printed, but now we have to wait, right? We got to wait until like 250. SMR, I have a video on it on my YouTube channel. It's just smart money reversal. It's just the typical cycle that we follow whenever we get like a high probability reversal. When is earnings? Earnings is after 4. Yeah, delivery here is mid. I mean, technically we're delivering off the 3-minute, right? But yeah, we'll see. Oh, there's the pump. Here it comes. Give it to us, man. Give it to us. Hit the high. What's my YouTube? Almost reliable? NQ reliable? Is it? Almost reliable. There you go. Hey, it don't matter. Chart knows first. We got the data high above. Price has got to go hit the data high, guys. All right, time to print on my eval. Who's in longs? Me. Juan said, wait. Yes, Juan? What is it? He's gonna say something to F longs. Well, let's hope not, Juan. Good vibes here, man. Good vibes. Where did you put your stop loss initially? My initial stop loss I had at the swing low on the 1 minute, which honestly it was like the body low, and then I moved it to this low when we were gonna get. I think it was the inverse, right, to the upside. No. I just had it at break even. So like I entered down here at the 1 minute, then I added my position when we got the 30-second. My average was like 210. Holy shit, there's the data high. All right, so next TP is going to be up here. Obviously, they're relative equal. But yeah. Holy shit. Bro, that was so easy. What did I say? What did I say? The low was of the day was in. We were going to come back to this data high. I know it's quote unquote, high resistant, protected, whatever, but it's a data high nonetheless, right? Even if it's high resistant, like it's probably going to hit. Can I give an example of good versus bad LRLR? Yeah, sure. In a sec. But yeah, if you took the first long, you probably made money. If you took the second long on eval, you probably made money.
That might be him, bro.
Oh yeah?
Oh.
I thought this high was high resistant. Anyway, there's my executions. Um I just went until the profit target I needed for the account, so here we go. Let's go, Hildago. Very nice. Yeah, Deeren. So I took the funded play, I scaled some of that high, got break even on the rest, and then I took this play on eval, and obviously it printed. So yeah, yeah. All right. And then obviously, break even on the rest if you tried to hold a runner to this high. But, there will probably be more opportunities here, guys, to catch some more plays. I'm guessing it's not over. But I'm going to be done trading for now until, like, the press conference kind of calms down. Because there's going to be a lot of Q&A that's coming through here. It's going to kind of manipulate price. So now it's just time to answer questions, hang out, talk to Dodgy if he's got something to say.
Yo,
What's going on?
that might be him, bro.
Oh, yeah? Let's see it. All right, man. All right, man. Here. I'll show you mine. I didn't have to hold all the way to the data high, but I got a good chunk anyway.
Yes. I'm about to post that to Instagram.
All right. All right.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye. I have a question for your long and AM. Sure. What up, Seb? I took the 2-minute here. For sure, BO1. All right. Type 1 if you're green. Type 2 if you're red. Type 0 if you're break even. All right, a lot of ones, couple twos, couple zeros. All right, a couple more zeros. All right, all right, all right. Well, hopefully for the zeros, we can find opportunity. For the twos, maybe be done for the day, right? And then for the ones, you guys are definitely done for the day, right? Okay, 4,700 is kind of crazy. Don't know how that happened, Ella, but alrighty. He re-entered another trade, Cinco. He posted the executions. Can you give examples of good versus bad? Actually, I have to answer Seb's question. Seb, send me a DM with your question because I think the chat like. Didn't you get it on the 2-minute? Oh, no, we had delivery. We had delivery from this 1-minute gap down here, and then we also had delivery from the 1 hour. Right. So if you look at the 1 hour here, and I kind of explained this earlier, but do you see how we have these two gaps, right, that are in series? Whenever there's two gaps like this in series, you can go to a separate time frame, and there's probably a smaller time or a higher time frame that you'll be able to combine these gaps on. If you look at the 90-minute, there's actually a singular gap here that we're delivering from, obviously. So I thought that delivery was actually pretty good. I thought the higher time frame and the lower time frame were aligned there. So I took that 2-minute long. I also took that other long, and I like that. But yeah, like I said on this long here, right? The data high on MNQ and NQ were different. And as you can see, did the data high on MNQ hit? No, right? We still missed it. So that's pretty funny. Hopefully you guys paid attention when I said that and you were able to get all out of the NQ data high because that's all that matters, right? Yes, Micros never hit it and NQ does. Yeah. If you guys joined late, obviously you might have missed that, but yes, I did say that the NQ and MNQ data high were different. So have a promo code for your PM stream? I do not. It's just $50 a month. Yeah, it's wap.com/NQ reliable. I do have promo codes for Tradeify and Lucid though, if you're trying to buy a prop firm account. Just code reliable. Yeah, for sure, Spencer. Yeah, I tried to let you guys know. Obviously, I have to do a lot while I'm up here on stage, answer questions, talk to Dodgy, trade myself. So sorry I didn't repeat it a second time for those of you when we got up there. It just the candle printed too quick, but hopefully you were able to recognize that. And if not, it's a learning opportunity for you, right? Pay attention to the differences between NQ and MNQ and recognize them in live time. Have that awareness. Right? Usual risk unfunded. It kind of depends on what group I'm trading because some of them have bigger buffers than the other. Like on my Apexes, I trade like $400 a trade. On a normal starting account though, like $200. How's the lives on Lucid going? Honestly, I've been kind of hesitant to trade them because we've been at all-time highs. And I didn't trade them this morning. I actually was on a different set of accounts because I didn't want to trade live account before FOMC, but I ended up taking this play unfunded since it was targeting an A+ draw. And I think my rule for my Lucid lives, yeah, I got them. Yeah, I got them. my rule is going to be to only trade them when there's an A+ draw on liquidity on the chart. That's it. So going forward, as long as we're not at all-time highs, we're not really pre-news, the conditions are good, and we have an A+ draw on liquidity, I'll be on my lives. So something like that, Tony. Probably not the top 0.1%. I'd say I'm probably in the top 3% of traders. Yeah, because it's live. Yeah, exactly. Maybe 0.1% of accounts. Centipede, maybe you have like an old account with $2,500 drawdown. Tips to pass lucid flex evals. Like don't trade more than a mini and just go for like 1-to-1 and like take like setups like this and like target data highs. Like you could have taken this setup on an eval and like printed. That's what I did. I took it with a mini and made like $700 like instantly. You kind of just want to take advantage of volatility on an eval so you can get the accounts passed quicker. How to read VIX? The higher the VIX is, the more volatile we are. The lower the VIX, the less volatile. That's all it means. Usually we're more volatile when price is dumping. So the VIX usually spikes during that time. You're not 50 away from blowing anymore? Hey, let's go, Astro. Okay. Okay. Hey, 500 is recoverable. What did you do? Did you take this setup or did you full port longs on the news? What was the deal? Yeah, I took the 2-minute long, Ella. That one. But yeah, no entry to the equal low. I didn't like longing or shorting between the two equal highs and equal lows. So I was just waiting until one got swept out. Yo, chill, Alicia, chill. We're not about hating PM. We don't do that hating stuff. Oh, uh, I mean, you can't really read VIX to know when not to trade. Like, you can trade at when VIX is elevated or when it's lower, right? You just have to size down when the VIX is higher. Mudali, it's just 5 days, and each day you have to make $200 a day. Okay, and then you can request half when you're funded. On eval, you have to pass the account, so you have to make like 3K profit target. Okay. You didn't take 15 second shirt, you're a donut. I guess I'm fully glazed then. We have a 15-second long here. We have a 30-second long. Right, kind of goes along with my bias. We have another SMT at the low. NQ and ES are very uncorrelated right now, so kind of trade at your own discretion. Obviously, we have news, so also keep an eye on that. But that 2-minute for me was A+ because the draw on liquidity was A+. But yeah, I'm fully glazed because apparently I'm a donut for not taking the 15-second or something. The short, this one, yes. Yeah, the 2-minute, like I said, Ella was A+. I liked it. Subjectively, mechanically, it's probably not an A+ setup. It's probably a B+ setup because it wasn't V shape and delivery was a little whack and whatever. But subjectively, I thought it was A+ because any setup that aligns with liquidity aligns with bias, and code is probably going to be A+ in my book. So invalid now in the 30-second. Probably just going to pump back to the highs. But yeah, I'm fully done for the day. I mean, I'll still tape read with you guys, and I'll let you guys know if it's a good player. What are the days you fade an A+ setup? Never. I never fade an A+ setup subjectively. I'll take it. The data's behind it. The only time I fade an A+ setup is if I've taken 4 winning trades in a day. 2 in the AM, 2 in the PM. Hey, Jalen. I know you feel that way, man, but I'm gonna convince you otherwise. I'll be at least a close second. I'll be at least a close second. How about that? Wouldn't I recommend stopping after one win? Nah. I take two, but yeah, for beginner traders who maybe have a tendency to overtrade, one and done is good. I don't know, Gillis, maybe. I mean, if bro's just coming in to rage bait and talk about other traders, but I don't know. I'll allow it. He's not being a nuisance yet. Yeah, so I'm Dodgy's kind of partner, Discord kind of partner in crime. I run the PM streams and I help him out whenever he needs coverage or wants me to stream AM. All right. I see. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't do free streams for PM all the time, because when I open them up, people start beefing and having drama. Chill out. Let's just have a good time. Let's make our money. Let's learn a thing or two, and let's just chill. How long have I been trading for? I've been trading options and futures for 6 years now. No more than 6 years. I started when I was 18. And that first song, what's your thought process? Take the woman in entry instead of waiting for like the three. So momentum there, how V-shape it was, and the fact that we have a data high above. Okay. All right. Let's stop. Let's chill with the rage bait. Let's just chill. We're just here to have a good time. If you guys got questions, ask them. If you guys got comments, make them. But there's no reason to beef with anyone else or call anyone else. We're all just trying to trade to become better traders ourselves. Not a competition. Doesn't really mean anything. Why don't I do free streams every day? Oh, because I gotta get paid, man. How is Dodgy always tape reading a losing A plus setup? I don't know. Bro's the goat. How do I read price in choppy PA? I don't. I choose not to trade it. Most of the time. Okay, for sure, Alicia. So subjectively, instead of being A plus means it's good, even though not mechanically A plus. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is pumping. Like, is this a valid setup? No. Did this 30-second pumping like this with this much momentum probably tell us we were gonna go to this high? Yeah. So is it? Would this be rated even a setup? No. I mean, it'd be worse than C technically, right? But subjectively, it's probably like at least a B setup, right? With the obvious wick, the SMT at the low, like the momentum. So even though it's not even technically a valid model trade, like it's still decent. Like you could still chase along there, right? As long as you have defined risk, right? And your defined risk on this trade is probably just going to be to this low, right? And that's your hard stop, and then your manual stop it will be if we close back below like the IFG there. So I don't know. That's like some way you can mess around. Obviously, we didn't call it in lifetime because I don't call out invalid setups, but I mean that's an idea, right? Good momentum towards a good draw on liquidity. Obviously, we were bullish this whole session, right? We want to take out the relative equal highs, and now we have this 5-minute gap that's rejected several times, once directly, twice now indirectly. Maybe this third time we finally, or fourth time we finally get through it. If we close above this 5-minute, I think we go to this high. So if there's a way that you can get in a confirmation setup after we inverse the 5, you probably couldn't take it unfunded because it would be considered in premium, but definitely a really good eval trade, maybe even singular funded if you wanted to try it. My issue with trying to take a long right on the close of the 5-minute here is, first of all, your stop loss is huge, and second of all, we're leaving behind a lot of inefficiencies that probably need to be balanced, right? So bare minimum, you're going to be risking 60 points on this trade most likely, which is negative RR to the relative equal highs, and you want to get these efficiencies balanced, or inefficiencies balanced. So ideally, confirmation setup here would be the best. How old am I? I am 24. Best tips for someone at the break-even stage? Honestly, just continue to collect data and find even marginal ways to improve. And the data collection process that I follow is you got to collect data on your analysis before the entry. You got to collect your data on the entry itself, right? So the actual data there, analysis during the trade, analysis or the exit, right? And then finally your psychology, right? So you got to, these are your 5 data points that you're collecting data on, right? These 3 are all like subjective, like written. So these are your confluences, these are your you know, how you formed your bias, that kind of thing. And then this is obviously psychological based, so your emotions that you had during the trade. And then these are data driven, right? So like technical. This is where you'd have like your basically sizing and stop loss and take profit and all that, right? So collect data on those 5 things and find patterns and you know I guess errors in your trading through that data, and you'll find ways to improve naturally from that. All right. Yeah, Mudali. I mean, with the Lucid accounts, you just gotta not lose more than $2,000 in your drawdown. That's it, and it's in a day drawdown. So if you make 500 in a day, your intraday drawdown is 2,500, and then at the end of the day, it gets reset back to 2,000. And you do that until you're outside of the buffer phase. So your only rule is just don't blow the account, basically. You think we're done with the all-time highs? Not yet. Not yet. Maybe if we start to inverse this daily gap down, maybe, but as long as we're respecting it, I think we're still interested in all-time highs. Right, so once again, inside the 5-minute, right, this is kind of our significant gap. We need to see this break in order to confirm the relative equal. What, dude? What, dude, Frank? Let's talk 15-minute time frame. You said if it closes back down, it would be bad PA. True. So, okay. So whenever we re-sweep a low, the 15-minute gap is technically valid. So when we take out this low here, right, on ES, right, we get the SMT, we recreate another low a day. Technically, like, we can look for longs again, right? It's only bad if we invalidate that 15-minute inverse and then we don't sweep liquidity and we come back up and do all that. Because the other piece of this too is technically this 15-minute gap doesn't really matter all that much. It's not that significant. So just because we inverse it up and then come back down doesn't really mean a whole lot. And then also it's news, right? So like this is just like a reaction to news. So what I'm really paying attention more is price taking liquidity, and it's less about like the inefficiencies failing and breaking and that kind of thing here. Okay. Jalen? Who's Jalen, bro? I don't know that guy. Some random? Yeah, bro. I don't know. Wait, are you talking about the dude that I banned like 3 minutes ago? Yeah, I don't know that guy, honestly. You seen? I mean, anytime I've ran into Jalen, I mean, unless they're cool, like they're just kind of weird. So yeah, Jalen had to go. What do I mainly focus on during back testing? Well, when I used to backtest, what I focused on was getting familiar with the model and being able to recognize it, you know, as it was forming, right, on backtesting, right? Just familiarizing myself with the sizing and all that kind of thing, right? Just getting good at, you know, basically building a consistent, repeatable system. Other than that, there's not really any point to backtesting. Like, you're not going to learn anything new from it. A lot of what you learn comes from being on the charts. We got 2 more minutes to the 5-minute inverses here. Like I said, this whole entire stream, we were gonna go for these relative equal highs. They are the draw on liquidity. And now, if we close above the 2-minute, I mean the 5-minute and 2-minute, it's just a matter of time. So, is 1448 a good long? I'd say just wait for the 5. I mean, it's the thing that's been holding us down. So. The long itself at 1448, is there like an inverse there even? The 3-minute? No, technically it's invalid. 2 minutes also invalid, right? We ran the high. Okay, so if you're talking about us inversing this, I ran over you. What do I trade PM? I thought PM is bad. Well, what do you think about PM today? Do you think it was bad today? Bro, I wish we had mods going, man. Why, like, I can never do free streams because every single time we're in a free stream, there's like always like a few bad apples, just trying to like mess up the vibe. We're having a good time in here. Lucid Flex or Lucid Direct? Flex for sure. I prefer AM or PM. PM for the people, AM for the trades. Can you give examples of bad liquidity versus good liquidity? Yeah, MXZ, genuinely watch this video. I have the timestamp somewhere. But yeah, just watch this video. Go to like 125 in, and like literally all your questions will be answered. I think you had one other question too that I forgot to get to. I think it was like good versus bad LRLR. That's also answered in that video. Just watch that video from 1 hour, 25 minutes in until the end. And like you'll have everything answered. I get less trades even in backtest. Is this bad? No, that's fine. You're up what? 3,300 in a month? You do that across 5 accounts, that's even at the worst $7,500 payout like in a month. Like, yeah, that looks fine to me, Ella. You give answer that 2-minute long, 248 broke external gap. It's invalid, right? So we're talking about this gap here, right? Which is this high. This high getting swept would make it no longer valid. When we come up here and we take this high, it's technically invalid. So while it's invalid, I still think it's a good setup. It's like a B setup with all that momentum. But yeah, technically invalid. So probably just at best an eval trade. Would you recommend a copy trade accounts? I use the Trade of 8 group trader function, and then I just copy trade within prop firm accounts. I don't copy trade multiple prop firms together. If you want to copy trade multiple prop firms together, maybe trade Copia or I don't know, whatever Dodge uses. Oh, when would I recommend? Whenever you build consistency trading one account. Work up to however many accounts you want to trade. Yeah, for sure, Gunny. I wouldn't risk 2%. I would be risking only 10% of the drawdown of your account. Like at most like $200 per trade. If you're talking about 2%, as in like $1,000 a trade, like that's way too much risk. What platform do I use for Lucid? I use Trade of 8. Or you can use Trade C. I don't know. I've heard fine things about both, but I've always used Trade of 8. It's what I'm profitable on. So yes, I did, Bruce. Yeah, $200 per trade. Yep. Oh, real quick question for those of you in here. I should have asked earlier, but I was a little busy earlier. Does anybody here work at a hotel chain or know somebody that works at a hotel chain and want to get like free lifetime PM? Because I am willing to work something out. I had access to a friends and family discount with Hilton, and that got taken away from me last week. So I'm trying to get it back, and I'm willing to help somebody out with PM, or even like I'd be willing to give away like an eval account for that or something like a 150K Pro on Lucid. You got me for Marriott and Hyatt. Wait, DJ, wait. Hit me up, bro. Hit me up. Let me know. Okay. Am I still trading? Yeah, I'm still trading as long as the relative equal highs haven't been hit. Once the relative equal highs hit, I'm done. But like, am I taking any more trades today? No, I'm done. I'm up crazy today. I'm up like 5K today. So I'm personally done, but you guys can obviously do whatever you want to do. Like I hit my one and done trade. I'm good. Probably don't have to keep trading. Nice higher time frame for value up to the left is delivery and still be okay, even if it's not off same leg. Yes. Yes. So there's indirect versus direct delivery, right? Indirect delivery is whenever price actually physically touches for value gap, like immediately to the left. Indirect is when price comes up and we re-enter the same area that the fair value gap overlaps, right? But we're not actually touching the fair value gap directly to the left, right? In that instance, I don't really like using indirect delivery. I like using mainly direct. So I'd want to wait for either an SMT at this level or like price to just come and hit it overall, right? And that is the best use of direct delivery. Today, I used indirect delivery an awful lot though with the SMT, right? So ES continued to make lower lows while NQ made higher highs. We were kind of in seek and destroy all day, but we just kept getting these SMTs. And so I used that an awful lot while trying to take longs. I used direct delivery, right? Off the 1 hour gap, right? The left here. And then I also had the 1 minute, right? And then I also had that SMT. So this was where we got the SMT. Sorry, wrong. This is where we got the SMT, right? With this low. Price came down and hit the low here on ES. And then we also had the delivery from the 1 minute. And then we just kept going up and eventually the 2 minute delivery, right? But it wasn't like on the exact leg. It was just like overall price was delivering off of the 1 minute order block there, the 1 minute inverse, and then we had that. Yeah, we had the CISD. There was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of confluences, right? We basically had this entire area, right, as one big like condition, right? And as long as we were holding that, we were in good shape. So this was kind of like the delivery was the IFVG and like the order block and the CISD and all. Tradeify is my second best option, then Apex, and then so on and so forth. Alpha, TPT. Trade of 8 copy trade takes some getting used to. Yeah, you just got to set up the group and then assign the groups to each account. And then from there, you just select it and just go. And it's like pretty intuitive, I think. Yeah, maybe Ella. Oh, sorry, I saw your question. I was just reading it when you deleted it there and reposted it. So here's how you know how to risk 200, okay? So let's say we wanted to take like this 30-second IFUG setup, okay? Here's how I do my risk sizing. So I take a look at the fair value gap, all right? That's like our IFUG, okay? It's going to be both of these combined, right? Because if we go to a different time frame here, let's say like the 45-second, like you can combine that into a singular gap, but also we're paying attention to the 30-second here because, you know, we want to see both of these close above because we're high up in premium and, you know, whatever, right? So we close above both of these gaps and that's our inverse, all right? So what that means is there's a manual stop out here where if price comes back after closing above this inverse and closes back below it, that's our stop out, okay? And that amount at the best would be like, imagine we close like 2 or 3 ticks above the inverse and then coming back and closing below here. So for like 14 points, okay? That's the best possible stop loss we can have here. The worst possible would be if we ran and hit the low, right? And that would be 25 points, okay? So there's an 11-point difference there between the best and the worst possible stop loss. This is where you're going to set your hard stop loss. So in the event that there's a news wake or something happens and it's out of your control, this is your guardrail, right? So you're going to have your hard stop loss here for 25 points. And then you're going to split the difference between 14 points and 25. And that amount is going to be about 19, okay? And that's going to be your sizing, okay? So what you can do is you can go in here and you can set your risk to 200, set your lot size to 0.1, and it's going to tell you right here at quantity how much micros to risk, okay? Right now it's 5. So worst case scenario, you get a good close, and it comes back to the low here, you're going to lose $250, okay? Sucks. But best case scenario, you're only going to lose like 150, okay? So on average, it's going to work out to about $200 risk per trade. And then you're going to try and target liquidity that's at least 1 hour away, which is going to be, you know, obviously here PMI and then relative equal highs, right? So that's how you're going to do this in live time. Oh, okay. You're making 5% per session. So I'm confused. Okay, so wait, is that what? Oh, per month? With what size? Like, how much are you risking per trade? 1% per trade? 1.5 to 1? So you're making 10R a month, is that right? So if you risk 300 per trade, you'll pass an account in a month. It sounds like. If you want cheap, Apex is cheap, Mudali. Yeah, so what you can do on eval is you can find lower quality setups, right? Not high quality, right? So not A plus, right? If you're only looking for A plus, then I don't know. But maybe you're just like too strict on your, like, honestly, Ella, to be honest, I don't have enough info. I don't know enough about you and your trading and like what's going on. So like I would need to know more and have more context to fully answer your question. But from what it sounds like you're just not taking enough trades. So maybe like having a different system for how you determine to take a good play would help. But like I said, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you want to try trading PM, then you can. But I don't know. I'd be more than willing to help you. Do you actually like this 30-second relative equal highs? Not really. I mean, it would be an eval trade if anything, not a funded play. Apex is not the cheapest overall, including activation fee, including all the headaches you have to deal with, the time to pay out, all that. But if you want the cheapest eval, Apex is what you want. And if you want the cheapest overall in terms of value, I would go Lucid. But, you know. I would go select, Mudali. If you use my code and you pick a select account, it's like $110, I think, right now. Which, yeah, it's expensive, but for your situation, it's probably going to be the cheapest option and best, and give you the best odds of getting a payout. Yeah, Tradeify select, not daily, but the weekly option I like better. But yeah, I mean, daily is fine. I just don't like having to build a buffer. I like being able to have the flexibility to take a payout whenever I want. Like, cause like, let's say you're at like 2,400, then you get into that like mindset of like, oh my god, I have to make $100 more, and then you blow the account, right? I mean, I guess you could do the same thing on like the other accounts, but for me, it's just for my psychology, it's better for the 5 days at 150. Select is like the same thing as the Lucid Flex accounts. It's not, Seb. It's not, because my account or my code has 5 uses. I forgot. I think it's like 5 uses of 40%. But use whatever code is the cheapest. If mine's not the cheapest, use somebody else's. That's a little scary, DJ, but okay, interesting. What's my code for Tradeify? It's just reliable. RELIABLE. Yes, exactly, Bills. Yeah, if you pick the other option, the blue pill or whatever it is. We just broke the last 1 minute to the left. Yeah, I told you. We're going to these relative equal highs. We knew this. How many of you guys are still holding a long? Are we looking at any trades? Nah, I've pretty much just been telling you guys to long all session. The best trades here were the 2 that we tried earlier, and hit the data highs, and then other than that, Scuba's still holding the long. Hell yeah. Is it possible for me to like make like an order flow masterclass? Sure. I feel like I've done it before, but yeah, I should make just a video on it. That way I can just reference that video. That's my other problem. I have to re-explain everything so many times because I don't have any videos on this stuff. Then people can come back to me anyway. Both. Seb? You can use it both ways, but typically you want to be longing with the stronger index and shorting with the weaker. That makes sense. Certified one-time cost? Yes. Well, actually, no. They might be... No, they're monthly. I don't know, actually. I think they're monthly. So strongest, meaning the more bullish index, like the one that didn't sweep, should be the one that you should be longing on. And the one that didn't sweep the high, you should be shorting on. Okay, so the one that doesn't sweep the low, long, short, opposite, right? Because the stronger index is the one that doesn't sweep, right? And the weaker index, like the low. My position tool? Sure. Oh, that's not my position tool. That's my fib tool. Oh. By the way, there's the relative equal highs. Hooray! Boom! Wow. Bruce, yeah, I can make a video on it. Nice, Coke. W, man. By the way, welcome to the Discord, man. What up, Tony? What did I miss? For it to be relative equal highs, how many points difference? It's kind of relative. Like it's kind of contextual, but usually I say like within a point. Yeah, Dreamer. So when talking about SMTs specifically, which is when we have one index take a low and the other not, or one index take a high and the other not. I'll show you specifically what it looks like actually. ES EP2. All right, so ES has been taking lower lows all day, right? Like for example, we look at lunch low here. You can see ES ran it with this low, and then once again with this low. This is what's considered an SMT. In this case, ES is the weaker index, NQ is the stronger. So when you're longing, you want to be entering longs on the stronger index, right? Case NQ. That's about it. Am I in longs right now? No, I'm done for the day. I got like 2 winning plays in PM, so but yeah, I mean, I've even this whole time I was calling for longs. There was like a 30-second confirmation setup that I said was, fine, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't be like a funded play, but it was a good eval play or singular funded or whatever. I don't know. Did Dodgy not go break even? He did on the first long, and then he re-entered a trade on the second, right? When we got that inverse here at 230. Did you see how NQ took data highs but MNQ didn't? Yes, and I mentioned that in live time, Coke. If you'd been in the stream, I said MNQ and NQ had 2 different data wicks. So take note of that and make sure that your exit is on the NQ data wick. I longed when Powell was speaking, but I longed on eval. I took my funded play before Powell was speaking, and I was done after that. From here, when can you say we're reversing? Okay, so what I'd be looking at here is obviously our delivery, right? We have the 4 hour. So if we had a bearish reaction now to the highs being swept, the relative equal highs, to go back and target the low, I would say price becomes bearish when we violate our existing condition. So right now, that would probably be this 5 minute we're putting in. And if we close the 5 minute, maybe like if we were to combine these 5 minutes here, there's probably a better gap here somewhere. Like this is kind of our condition now, right? We get a CISD, we get that inverse. That'd probably be good. Maybe this 10 minute, right? Like, I don't know. We don't really use the 10-minute time frame, but maybe that. Maybe there's another gap. I don't know. There's not really like a good gap here to use this condition. Like at this point, I'd probably just wait for structure and like price to tell us, a little more here. Tilt the hand. Like here, price tilted its hand. We knew that price was going to go up. Wait for something like that. Do I always use higher time frame confirmation before getting in? How'd you know to get in the long this morning? I knew we were gonna be bullish this morning because we swept out sell side liquidity and we left buy side intact. So this to me felt like a classic AMD style, trade. We come down, we hit the 1 hour gaps down here, and then we get like a nice, Judah swing and reversal after that, right? So I knew that like price was bullish when we had this candle get put in. We got our CISD, we got our inverse, we got our order block, right? And then what also like made me initially like realize that we were going to be bullish was when we got the 1 minute CISD here and we got the fair value gap that was affected. So all of those things told me order flow shifted here. This gave me confirmation that price was going to go up, and then I really like the liquidity up here. To me, this is A plus liquidity, right? Perfect equal high. I wanted that. Just because it's more simplistic to just use the 15, 1 hour, 4 hour because they're all fractal. They're all divisible in one another. And like, I mean, technically the 10 and 12 are as well, but like, I don't know. The 12 minute can be like broken down into like a 3 and 4 minute time frame, right? So like it's just like these are like the most simple versions of each of the time frames, right? Who came up with it? I don't know. I think it's just math. Like it's just like easy math, right? Like a 20-minute time frame can be looked at in like a 5, right? In a 4 minute, right? Like you can see like the same things that you'd see on the 20 minute by just looking at the 5 and 4, because all time is fractal or another. I don't know. Yeah, Seb, it's pretty nice. How often do I do free live streams? I actually haven't done a free stream like this in like months. So this is like very once in a blue moon. I was feeling generous today. Normally I do these streams for premium, just premium people and PM people, every FOMC. But this time I opened it up for free people, for fun. Why would Dodgy short with those equal highs? I don't know. That's a good question. I would have never done it. How do I figure out risk? Yeah, so we kind of talked about it earlier. Let's do it, for example, with this 5 minute short, right? Worst case scenario, stop loss here at 46 points. Best case scenario, stop loss here at 24. Splitting the difference between the two, you get about 36 point stop is your midpoint. That's my sizing, right? So at most I could risk 2, maybe 3 micros on this. And then I would need a target liquidity that's at least that, far away. So maybe we go for like a 1 hour there at like 50%, and then ultimately we try and target like this LR. Right? Because now this is kind of starting to look like LRLR, right? A little bit. Not super algorithmic, but definitely like a lot of liquidity. So that's kind of how you size, right? So you size midpoint of the worst case scenario, right? That's where you put your hard stop. Best case scenario, and then usually a manual stop out's going to fall some point between. And yeah, good sizing, good risk. Gonna try shorts on this 5 minute. I don't, because at this point, draw on liquidity on both sides has been taken. I mean, we did kind of form this, but we have S&Ts at all these lows, and I feel like it's kind of high resistance. So at this point, I would just be done for the day, especially since we have earnings after hours, right? So the closer we get to earnings, the lower probability setups are going to be, the more likely A+ setups are to fail, et cetera, right? It's kind of like shorting or, taking trades before news. It's just better to wait until after the news comes out. So that's probably going to be it for me in terms of taking trades today, guys, to be honest, with that idea in mind. At this point, you can only take trades at your own discretion. Like, there's nothing I could recommend here, but we could still hang out, talk. I'll probably be on for a little bit longer. I don't think I'm going to stick through all the earnings. That it's just going to be too chaotic, and I have no reason to. So, yeah, that's about it. So on Forex Factory, I don't think it shows up, but on Financial Juice it does. And then the website that I use for earnings is Earnings Whisper, right? And so it tells you a bunch of companies and whatever, and you go day by day and look at all the earnings. Like tomorrow we have Apple and SanDisk, Reddit, and then Friday we have nothing after the bell because everything's closed. We have Chevron and Exxon and everything, before. And then if we look into next week, we have Palantir and Shopify and PayPal, AMD. Oh, AMD is a big one. And whatever Coherent is, that is Wendy's. The market closed on Friday? I don't think so. We should have NFP on Friday. Mag 7. So that's your Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, Nvidia. I don't know what else. Yeah. Wait, NFP's next week? I thought it was this week. The first Friday of the month. First Friday of the month is May 1st. Oh, is it because it's a bank holiday for a bunch of? Oh, that sucks. It is next Friday. Dang. Yeah, I took the 2 minute long stuff. Yeah, I liked it. Why would I take the 1 minute inverse short? Because it was a 5 minute. We want to take the most obvious highest time frame gap whenever we're looking to see price switch order flow, and a simple 1 minute inverse doesn't give us that. It's just a mechanical setup, just a pattern trade. Dodge, you would call people that took that 1 minute a donut. Higher time frame better. You take the highest time frame FEG within that leg. Yeah, basically, I take the highest time frame, most obvious singular gap. Unless there's like an A plus setup that we're or A plus draw on liquidity that we're trying to target. So like, if we have an A plus draw, I'll enter early. So kind of like what we did earlier with this 1 minute. We didn't wait for like, I guess what would it have been, like the 2 minute there. And it looks like they closed at the same time though. So yeah, like the 2 minute you could have taken with the 1 minute there, that would have been good. But there was also this like 30-second, right? And this is technically more obvious, but it's not singular, and it's also not the highest time frame. So it's not as important that you wait for that 30-second to break, especially since we have an A plus draw that we're targeting right with the 2 data highs. So, you know. Ryan, I would say just like focus on like targeting setups from like the extremities of the range and targeting good liquidity, and like you'll be in good shape. You'll get a payout off that. Okay. You know what we haven't done today? So for those of you that join us for PM on a day that's not super volatile and action packed and full of questions, what I'll end up doing is I'll end up playing the New York Times game. So for those of you that don't want to get spoiled, or maybe you know it, don't put it in chat. We'll play this together, and we play Wordle, we play Connections, we play Bandle, which is fun. I'll show you guys that one too. Am I streaming earnings? Probably not. I'm probably just gonna hop off around 4 or whatever. You know, we'll keep an eye on like this 5 minute here. We'll see if this breaks down. And yeah, we'll just watch that. Yeah, this 5 minute short would mechanically be A plus. Subjectively, it's like it's like a B setup because the draw on liquidity, but I mean we'd probably come back to like balance these inefficiencies we left behind. So it's not terrible. This is a good amount of momentum, and this is pretty V shaped, so maybe A minus A even, objectively. It's okay. I don't need it. I'm gonna do like Darby here, maybe. I think that's a word, right? No. What if it's like let me think. Okay, yeah, this is a lot of momentum. This actually doesn't look horrible for a short. Is there like a good 3 minute we can use? Yeah, we'll just have to wait for the 5, I guess. Dang. Warby? Okay, Warby is. Get the R. Okay, so A could go here. Almost could be Atrium. Could be like RA. Could be like the word. Duran. Maybe it's Durag. Oh, that's not in the word. What? Can't be radio because there's no O. Got O in the first one. Dude, this is like kind of looks like a chase. Quran, all right. Quran. Okay, we get a UA, URA, so we get that. That's nice. Dude, this short, man, look at it go. Wow. And there's like no entry. I mean, maybe, yeah, even the 1 minute was like too low, and then I mean, this 1 minute failed. Yeah, there's just no way to get in that. Maybe the 30 second. The 30 second, I guess. But there was no S&T at that high, so there's no sweep. And you're still inside that 5 minute. I don't know. Maybe you wait for the retrace and you hope we don't hit the low and we get the 5 minute in. Rural? I like rural. Dang, let's go, Murmar. All right. Good job. We got it in 4. That's all right. Connections. You're making 4 groups of 4 words. Okay. That's it. And the group itself has to be interrelated. So like the words in that group have to all combine into some category. Okay. So there's like how to play, right? Get the idea. Categories: fish, bass, flounder, salmon, trout. And then it could also be like fire blank. Fire ant, fire drill, fire island, fire. Okay. Round, shadow, rumble, orders, ovation, sock, hand roll, clap, joke, boom, stage, level, string, room, phase. Okay. So round, level, phase, stage, right? Kind of makes sense to me. I think I'm just gonna go with that off rip. All right, cool. All right, Andy, we'll catch you tomorrow. Next, maybe like by the way, here is the inverse. I'm not logged into paper, or I would probably just enter it on paper. Let's do it. Stop loss at the high here. Break even when we hit here. So worst, best. Looks like you're going to be risking about 45 points. So it's like a 2 micro trade only. And then we'd have to target something at least 1-1 away. So 45 points would put us at about here-ish. Maybe we just target the VI. Say that's our TP. And then where's 50 at? 50 is okay, there. So maybe we go back to 50 now. But yeah, this is just a paper trade for me, obviously. I think it's like an A minus, maybe even A setup. I just don't know what the draw on liquidity is here, to be honest. This is kind of just like a really good pattern trade. Standing ovation. Ooh. Boom, clap, roll, orchestra sounds. Maybe rumble. All right. Thunder, close enough. So it's already losing, guys. Like I said earlier, the reason why I wouldn't take this play unfunded, even though it looks like a great pattern trade, is because we have news in like 25 minutes. And it's like really big red folder news. So I don't want to trade before red folder news most of the time. Eval, I mean, I'm always down to gamble on an eval, right? Just remember that if you lose your gamble, to use code reliable after, all right? That's all I gotta say about that. Stock. No. Sock puppet. Okay. Shadow puppet. Hand puppet. String puppet. Okay. Nice. Full port code reliable. Yes, dude. Yes. Yeah, Murmar, you're doing good today. You're doing good. All right, let's go to Bandle now. So Bandle, you're trying to guess the song of the day, like stem by stem or like section by section, right? So we start with the bass and usually go. Okay. 1 minute long. No, we're done. We're done for the day. Do relative equal lows matter as much when there's an SMT? No, they don't. So this song is in 5. Anyone has any guesses? Oh wait, I think I know it. Is it The Police? Or Rosanna Toto? Yeah, Toto. Yes. Good one. Bang. That's a good one, dude. I think I've actually played it. I would have gotten to it eventually. Originally I thought Roxanne, but then I was like, wait, no, it's another one of those type of songs. So that same, kind of name. But yeah. Can I pass Tradeify in one day? On the growth? Actually, no, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think so. Lowkey on Indeed.com on this short. Well, that's valid. That's valid for sure. Always got to have that extra income. You never know. Select account. Select account you can pass in a day? Really? I don't know. Can I pass a Tradeify select account in one day? Let's see. What does Google say? No. There you go. 40% consistency. I knew that. I think growth maybe you can, but the growth accounts. Get the select. All right. Anyone have a guess off that? This, we're just giving a little bit of the song at a time, and as more of the song is revealed, guess it from there. Some of these songs are just complete random people on SoundCloud, though, which kind of sucks. I don't know it. All right, she's whispering in my ear, man. I don't like that. It's 50%? Oh, I don't know the song. They changed it. Bro, it's cocked. It's like X or something. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully somebody got it off that. Misophonia? Nope. Maybe that's your phobia. All right, we're just gonna skip it because yeah, who knows? Jimin, bro. Who here listens to Jimin? I don't know. Oh yeah, like styrofoam. Styrofoam's a big one, right? All right, guys. The short is getting saved. Bro, what is this song? I hate when the intros are way too long and we can never figure out the actual song. Pink? But what? Just like a fire, right? Maybe? Just like fire. Is it What About Us? Which one? I'm gonna go this one. Ah, I got it wrong. I suck. Try again. Oh, I know it. I know it. Who's got it? Yeah. Finally, we got one. Valid shorts are what? it's kind of valid, but not before news. If it was any time before news or any time other than before news, I would take it. I just want to get to the chorus, guys, and then we'll go to the next one. All right. See, Fahrenheit, it's not, they're not all bad, you know, girl pop songs I listen to, all right? I don't know. Anyone? Give it a sec, because that's kind of like something there. Okay. Queen, definitely not Queen. Maybe Queen Latifah if anything. I don't know. No, you don't have to pay to use Trinivate. It just usually comes with whatever eval you buy. You buy a Trinivate eval. 5-minute OB, please. Got it. Yeah, yeah. Bro, I don't know the song. Sounds like Kanye fucking made it, bro. Okay, bro, let's go. Madonna, bro. What? All right. Well, we probably could have gotten that one then. Oh, oh. Oh my god. It's like the sample from that one Bruno Mars song, right? Bro, I don't know it. Yeah, 24K Magic sample. What is the OG song though? Bobby Brown? What is it? You don't know. All right, I'll just guess good enough. It wasn't Bobby Brown. I thought you were done for the day. I am done. Yeah, this is a paper trade. Oh, this is so 90s. It's not even funny. This is like 1991, bro. Who's JP? Jerome Powell? What? I believe it. All right, bro. I think it's cooked. I don't know. Dude, Hurdle today sucked. Some days are definitely better than others, but what can you do? It's so 90s, it's almost 80s. All right, bro, it's cooked. I don't know. Pebbles. Give you the benefit. Great. Oh. Peter Cetera, bro. Don't you guess Peter Cetera every day? It's not him, bro. Do I know who Tiki Torch is? I don't. Glory of Love, bro. It would show up orange if it was actually him, bro. Oh. All right, my bad. What anyone? But fortunately, I'm not tapped in like that. All right, one more minute till 3:50. Is this A? Not anymore. It shot for too long, but originally it's like an A minus, maybe A setup. It's an A plus pattern trade with no draw, so I don't know where that gets rated. For any fun to play for me, it has to have a good setup, like a good draw. So Major Harris. Oh, yesterday was way better. Today was not that good. You think this is getting cooked at 3:50? Probably. Would I take it even with 5-minute FVG? I mean, we got the 5. What was the 5? So I wouldn't take it. Probably because we don't have a good draw. I don't know. I probably just wouldn't take it. Just like, it's just a gamble. Well, do I go to break even? Or do I wait because we never actually hit the break even target yet? I think since I'm on paper, I'll wait. Maybe if I was in like an actual account I cared about, I would go break even. Oh, the 5-minute bullish? Yeah, this doesn't matter. We made a new price leg. We're bearish to this low. And break even. Beautiful. Guys, I'm the best trader ever. I did not take a single loss at all today. I'm like 5 for 5, even on paper. All right. Now, let me hit full TP here so I can really feel good. Oh, no. And oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're fine. We're chilling. Is there a Wordle type game about movies or series? Oh yeah, there's so many. So if you go to this website, it's called doles.oxpot. It has Wordle type games for everything. Okay? Like literally anything you could imagine. Like we got like I don't know. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely one like that. I just have to find it. Like they might show you like a frame from the movie or something. Probably like movie or something. Movie reveal? Movie dole? Guess the movie based on the given information. Oh, okay. So it has these actors, the age when released. It has a director. Then you just have to search for a movie from there. Oh, is it called Framed? Hey, it's on there. Framed. Oh, that's Guess the Warframe. Oh, it's this one. Hey, there we go. All right. There's that one. Oh, here's all the movies. Guess the movie based on the given video clip. There you go. Did I get break even yet? Still in this. All right. We got this. All right. I don't know. School of Rock? You think this is School of Rock? All right. Wait. Oh, there we go. Wait. Let's go. Good job, Mermar. You're on fire, bro. All right, what is this? Amadeus, bro. What? Oh my god, bro, he's crazy. He's actually nuts. Wait. Oh, we got break even. Oh wait, you got it earlier? Oh wait, yeah, Diamond did get it. Damn. What up, man? What is it? Comics? NYC? Oh, let's see. Chess counter? Let's see the current menu. Let's see what's going on here. Pumpkin and cinnamon thick. I don't know what that is. Looks probably a drink. Scallops, little neck clams, young sea bream. Couldn't tell you what that is. Monkfish liver, kohlrabi. Okay. Abalone. All right, fish, bro. It's just fish. It's all fish. Hey, I guess. I can't eat fish. I'm allergic. Yeah. I can have shellfish. Wait. Oh yeah, where's the donkey and donuts, man? Dude, you gotta get crazy pizza while you're there.
Dude, Charlotte called me last Saturday. She's like, "Hey, I'm coming to Miami on Monday." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Want to do something?" I'm like, "Maybe," because she never does anything she says.
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, we will do something." And then I just don't answer her, and I like totally forgot, and she's still not in Miami. Bro just straight up lied.
Just want to
I
see
just don't even
if you were still in there. So if you're still
Yeah, I just like go along with it.
Sure. All right. Hell yeah, man.
Dude, maybe that's why she want. Maybe that's why she called.
I see, man. If you were still.
That could be it. That's actually interesting.
Just trying to see if you're still a roster member. That's all.
Maybe.
You ever met a girl who has a roster?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dude, I literally do not drive anymore. Like, this is so nice. Like, oh my god. Like, why did I not get a self-driving car sooner, bro?
Oh man.
I don't have to do shit.
Now when you get stuck in traffic, you can stream, and I don't have to cover for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Did you decide what rims you're gonna get, or are you still figuring that out?
No, I got 'em.
Oh, true.
The ones I so.
What'd you get? Or are you waiting for the big reveal?
No, I'm waiting for the bigger reveal.
Be on the lookout, man. Dang, who took that? It just crashes.
So where's my car doing?
You know what's nice too? You'll never miss a trade now. You're driving.
Yeah.
How many of you guys have ever
That's
had
why
to
I caught the
trade and
other-
drive? Taking a trade while you're driving. I've done it before. Whenever I was taking like an options play, you know, I was holding it for a while. I would keep an eye on it while I was driving. But futures not so much. Futures is too volatile. Are you gonna stay on for the earnings, man? Or are we wrapping up here?
I'm getting off.
Dude, it's gonna be like 4 different earnings. I just don't even know how you would even possibly trade this. Yeah, I don't know. We had a fun little stream. It was like 350 people in here at one point. All fucking vibing, making money. Except for a couple people. I had to ban a couple people for being unprofessional. Because, you know, free chat.
All right, see you.
All right, man. See you. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap up here. Good luck if you decide to trade this, but I think it's just better if we wait till tomorrow. We're gonna get probably a giant data wick and probably $0 if you're trading this. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today. I'll get this uploaded and posted in the announcements channel, the PM announcements channel, probably later for you guys to go back and review. And yeah, talk to y'all later. Oh.